All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today is actually the rider's shoulders and how they can influence the other parts of the body. So a rider's shoulders should be level. They can't be collapsed through the ribs. So when you collapse through your ribs, that's basically from your armpit down to the point of hip, the shoulder becomes down. Okay, that will, of course, make your shoulders uneven. So let's look at these riders. So this lady, she isn't too bad, but we can say when we put a straight line across it, that we can see that imbalance. And truthfully, I think this imbalance actually belongs down closer to this hip, because if you look at her sweater, you can see it's off on about the same line as the shoulders. And those imbalances can come all the way down to incorrect stirrup length, tightness somewhere in your leg, whether it's your thigh or your heel. And what'll happen when you have unbalanced shoulders is one leg is going to be strong and one leg is going to be weak. But you're actually, in this picture, she's actually kind of pushing the horse off to the left because most of her is over there, right? So this image, I'm not quite sure if this is actually a real person or if this is an AI image, but he was a really good example simply just because of all the lines in the photos. So you can see we've got our line across here, really, really straight. That means both arms are going to stay at the same height. You aren't going to have to work so hard at keeping them balanced or equal when you're riding. When they're not equal, then your horse tends to drift one way or the other. The horse isn't traveling straight. And one of the reasons why it's so important that a horse is traveling straight, they keep harping on about, is actually if you can't ride balanced and straight and you want your horse to be straight, it's so that they can stop straight, back straight, turn straight, do all of those other things, right? Easier. If you have a horse that's falling into the left and bulging to the left through the rib, and you go to back up, he's going to go to the left. Right? So if you can start off straight, your horse travels straight, you're already ahead of the rest of the guys in the pen. All right, so we are looking at shoulder straight. We also know that he's straight up through here because we can see the line in his jacket, the line in his belt, the line in the middle of the saddle, the horse's line right up in the middle of its back. So a super balanced rider, and his horse will perform better, easier. So your challenge is to find some photos of yourself. So, excuse me. When we do our neutral, like it should be a flat on photo. So right, normal, you've seen the photos that we've been taking. So not off to a little bit of an angle so it doesn't look like you're straight, but we want you to be straight. You can do the front and the back photos. We even do sometimes we'll put masking tape across the backs of our sweaters just to see if we're, dropping that shoulder, dropping that hip. And we don't do these because we want to pick you apart. We do this as coaches to be able to give you a visual of what's happening, because it's great. I can tell you, you're dropping your right shoulder, you're dropping your right hip, you're off to the left. But it's really great and a great learning tool for those who are visual learners to be able to see this. So you found some photos of yourself. I want you to evaluate your position based on what you have learned. If you are a current client, of course, bring them to your next lesson. If you're not, post it in the discussion about rider position. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see what you think. I'm happy to add some feedback if you'd like to get some. Let me know, though. I don't try to be too pushy. All right, I look forward to seeing those photos in the future.